Hello and welcome to our video about the project life cycle.
In this project we will talk about the 4 main points in the project life cycle. These include initiation, planning, execution and closure. The first thing we are going to talk about is initiation. The project initiation phase is the first phase of the project life cycle. Initiation involves defining a project's objectives, scope, purpose, and deliverables to be produced. You'll also hire your project team, set up the project office, and review the project in order to gain approval to begin the next phase. Overall, there are 6 key steps that you need to take to properly initiate a new project, which will be explained shortly.
By developing a business case, you can research the business problem or opportunity, identify the alternative solutions available, quantify the benefits and costs of each solution, recommend a preferred solution to your sponsor, identify any risks and issues with implementation, and present the solution for funding approval.
Performing a feasibility study is the next stage of the project life cycle, which means that during any part of the development of the business case or even after feasibility may be commissioned. The reason for this is to make sure that there is potential that the solution is able to be completed. This also investigates if certain things are reasonable, such as costs.
The project charter sets out the project vision, objectives, scope and implementation, thereby giving the team clear boundaries within which the project must be delivered.
The next step is to appoint a project team. At this part of the scope, there has been a definition of the project and the team that are doing the project have been appointed their roles. However, there is a possibility that the project manager is yet to be appointed, as she can be appointed at any time after the team has fully made the office that the project is going to be completed in will be set up.
Setting up a project office is the part of the project where the environment is made which is going to be used to complete the project. There is always a chance that there is one central office, however. Now there are also people around the world in different countries helping each other virtually, which is called a virtual project office. To have a successful working environment, you need to include these factors: location, documentations, communications and tools.
At the end of this part of the project, a phase review is performed, which is basically used to make sure that the objectives have been achieved and that the project is still on its target end date.
The next stage of the life cycle we are going to talk about is the planning part. This includes many subsections such as development, project plan, resource plan, financial plan, quality plan, risk plan, communications plan, procurement plan, contract suppliers and phase review. By the planning stage of the project, all of the costs and benefits of the projects have been listed and documented. The project team has been appointed, an environment to work in has been made, and the scope and objectives have been defined clearly. Now we have to plan so that we make sure that the project has been resourced, sequences controlled and executed.
The first step is to develop a project plan. A work breakdown structure is made and identified, which is also includes things such as tasks and phases of the project. An assessment of the effort that is required to do certain tasks is looked at, and from this a schedule for the project is formed.
As soon as the plan of the project is formed, we need to make sure that each objective has the correct resources required to finish on time. A detailed resources assessment is made so that they know the amount of quantity for each resource, the types of resources they need, and responsibilities.
This is very similar to the resource plan. This is made so that the people working on the project are able to see the amount of money that they need for certain things, for example, equipment, labor, and materials.
Meeting the expectations of the customer is a vital part of the project. A quality plan is created to make sure that the expectations of the client are clear and can easily be achieved. The plan lists clear and manageable targets along with outlining the different stages of the project and the techniques that will be used to deliver them.
The next stage is to document the risks that are included in the project and certain actions which could be done to stop these from happening. This is an important part of the project as it makes it more efficient to get rid of the risks before the execution phase of the project.
In order for the project to be successful, it's essential that the customer gets what they want. So an acceptance plan is made, which includes a statement of what the customer's criteria is.
Before the phase of execution, it is vital to identify how all of the stakeholders are going to be kept informed of the project. This includes and shows the information types being used, how the information is being distributed, and what the responsibility for each person will be.
This is one of the last planning activities which is included in this phase. It is used to show the elements of the project which are given from suppliers that are external. This gives us a description of the products which are procured from suppliers, the justification for each of the product externally.
In this part, the manager finds out of the customer what they want from a supplier. They will then identify the suppliers which are interested, and after one has been chosen, they ring them up and agree on a delivery request for the product.
At the end of the phase of planning, a review is performed. This again is basically a project plan to ensure everything is going right.
The execution phase is where a version of the project is shown to the customer to see if they are happy and their requirements have been met. Different processes are also undertaken at this stage to make sure that the project is planned properly.
Deliverables are usually constructed either using the waterfall or iterative method. No matter what method is used, the construction of the deliverable will still have to be accepted by the customer and meet their set criteria.
Whilst the project is ongoing, it is the project manager's job to implement some managerial process in order to monitor and control what is going on during the project.
Time management uses time sheets and time management logs to record time spent and can help control the amount of time that it takes staff to build deliverables within a project, increasing your chances of delivering on time and to schedule.
Cost management ensures that all of the costs within your project are accurately recorded and tracked.
Quality management allows you to set quality targets and define how theses will be met, and also allows you to identify inequality issues or improvements.
Change management allows the manager to easily be able to monitor and control the amount of change that takes place and confirm the feasibility for each change.
By using this risk management, you can monitor and control risk and ensure you meet your team objectives. In this process, the steps needed to reduce risk are described.
With issue management, you can identify and resolve issues quickly before they have an undesirable impact.
Procurement management allows you to identify supplier contract milestones, review supplier performance against contract, identify and resolve supplier performance issues, communicate the status to management.
By using acceptance management, you can ensure that every deliverable produced by your team fully meets the needs of your customer.
Communications management helps by keeping the right people informed with the right information at the right time.
The project closure report includes documenting all of the tasks needed to complete your project and hand over the deliverables to your customer. It is critical that you complete the project closure phase properly, as the manner within which these closure steps are taken will determine the final success of your project.
The post-project review is the last critical step in the project life cycle. It allows an independent party to validate the success of the project and give confidence to the stakeholders that it has met the objectives it set out to achieve. With it, you can identify the project successes, deliverables, achievements, and lessons learned.